Forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter.
Ravens 10.
The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And he's been fun to watch run the football. We know he can pass, but using his legs effectively here in this one.
No doubt about it.
Jackson on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
The Raven first down.
They go play action now. Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 36. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple down inside the 35 to the 34.
He's tackled at the...
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Number 8, Lamar Jackson.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
2-yard line.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Here's Jackson to throw. This is caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Not much there, only a yard. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown.
To number 5.
A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens draw a bit closer. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already...
John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. Popular down near the goal line, quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was, and one of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event...
Offense back out onto the field as they'll take over here in the final minute of this third quarter. And they'll run the option to start the drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Looking middle, and that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Number 6.
You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 24-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
And the Ravens.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Andrews, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air. Big time.
All right, now a big two-point conversion attempt still to come. And Jackson throwing once more. And they're going to get the two. It's caught. And the lead is cut to 2 here in the fourth. So they're able to throw it in for the two-point conversion. And sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points.
Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. To throw is Jackson on 1st and 10, eluding the pressure right. Oh, and for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Vernon Hargreaves with a pick. And his crew will take over with a football at the... So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Going deep for Hopkins. And that's caught inside the 30.
Jackson's pass.
A big play that time for the Ravens. 47 yards.
7 yards. First down, Baltimore.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. That's going to be caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
First and goal.
From the gun, Jackson. And on that last play there, he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown.
Touchdown.
A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Well, Lamar Jackson remembers 7 rushing touchdowns. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. Here's Jackson operating from the gun. And that one is caught. So they convert here, and don't look now, but this one's back to a 1-score game. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body.
And a loose football.
Onside kick is recovered by the Ravens.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and some Has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Play action. Now Jackson.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
So the lanes continue to be there for Lamar Jackson to run that football. That his 2nd touchdown run of the game.
You know what I would like? I'd like for us to be able to go into a defense's room after playing Lamar Jackson and watch the tape and see how much of a lane was really there and how much he created just through his talents. In any event, Lamar Jackson finds the end zone, doesn't he?
He always seems to, but that's a good point. We sometimes put blame on the defense. Maybe we just need to praise Lamar Jackson a little bit more.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They go to Johnson again. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Running from the gun, Johnson. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Here's Bryan Anger now as he's on to punt for Houston. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
You hate to get the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you just hold a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down. Now he'll pull it down. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
First down, Ravens.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. One last shot for Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, they got the tip they were looking for but couldn't secure it. And this one's over.
39.
Well, going Going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Houston, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.